Hello, sweet veggies! Today we are doing an illustration, and we haven't done it for such a long while, right? This is my first indoors illustration, I think. I'm not quite sure, but I think it is. I have a bad memory. It took me a lot of time to finish this one since I did it during my first term at school. So yeah, when digital art really doesn't get much attention while I'm at school. It's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. I can easily spot mistakes, but I'm very proud of it because, like I said, it was my first indoors illustration. I'm actually doing another one at the moment. You'll see it. You'll see it soon. You'll see it soon. And I'm so happy about this one because I really learned a lot on how backgrounds work, so I'm just happy about it, to be honest. You'll see in a bit that this illustration requires quite a bit of knowledge when it comes to lighting, and I actually recently bought an art book of an artist you're probably familiar with. Her name is Violet Evergarden, and the book is Windows to Worlds. I don't know if you know about her, but if you don't, then I'm gonna tell you about her because she's an amazing artist. Her illustrations are completely mind-blowing. They get me speechless. She draws the cutest dragons ever, and her knowledge in lighting is very vast, and so is her knowledge in storytelling. And she's a big inspiration of mine because, as you probably know, I'm into comics, and comics is visually storytelling with a bit of dialogue here and there and sounds and stuff like that, but mostly it's visual storytelling, and that's something that I don't have much of in my drawings, but it's definitely something I want to achieve. It's to tell more stories with my art. It's to be able to tell a whole story in an illustration or just in a few panels, just be able to communicate something and not just through characters, actually draw them and make them have some importance. That's definitely one of my objectives. Reading her book was definitely good to me. It definitely taught me a lot. She mostly talks about background art and lighting, which I'm really interested about because I don't dive into that much often, but I plan on doing it more in the future and spending more time in my art, even though I'm someone that just likes to, I don't know, make a lot of art. I'm one of those people that likes to do a lot of art. So it's gonna be hard for me, but I also want to get into storytelling so much. So I think we can work it out. And reading her book really helped me understand lighting more, like I said, and that really helped in this illustration because this illustration has it, the lighting is not complex, it's not something super hard to do, but it requires some knowledge. And I'm really happy on the final results. This illustration was also the first time I ever used color correction. You'll see it at the end. And I don't know if you are aware of what color correction is or if it's available in the art program that you use, but it's basically you do an illustration and you finished until the end, and then you make like a PNG, just layers all mashed together, you color correct your artwork. Like, at least in Procreate, you define a color for the lighting, for the shadows, and for the midtones. And then you put like those really intense when you're doing the color correction, and then you copy it and put it on the layer that is above all others in the normal file with all the layers. And you put like, I usually use like a 20% opacity, and it really improves the art so much. It just makes it more coherent, consistent. Yeah, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. And the words just look like they are in a much better and much bigger harmony with each other. Like, it completely, like, it's such a small change that completely changes a full illustration. I've also recently used for the first time a gradient map, but I much prefer to do the color correction because, like, gradient maps are already defined. Like, the colors are already defined, and with color correction I choose the colors for the lighting, for the shadows, and for the midtones. So personally, I do find that color correction is more helpful than gradient maps. Do tell me, what is your opinion on that though? Do you prefer gradient maps, color correction? Do you prefer to use none of those and just have your original illustration with no changes? Definitely tell me about it, because now I'm curious. But like, the change between my illustration without the color correction and with the color correction, like, at least in my eyes I see a big difference, and I'm just upset that it isn't available for traditional art, because if it was, I would use it so much. My traditional art, like, it would just get much better, you know? Another thing that I learned from Devin's book is how to focus the reader's eyes in your illustration. And I actually did this for this one, which is, here you can see that the main characters, like where you are supposed to look at, are the two characters in the middle. However, if everything has a lot of detail, your eyes don't know where to look at. So what I did with this illustration was that I blurred the foreground and the background, and just the middle ground, which is the sofa, the pillows, and the characters. It was the only thing that I didn't blur at the end. So the little table, like in front of their legs, it's blurred, and so is the background, and that really made a big difference. That made an enormous difference in how you read the final illustration. So I'm really happy I bought her book, because her knowledge, the knowledge she has put into this book, really made a difference and really taught me about how an environment works. And you might be wondering, why am I drawing Violet Evergarden? Well, if you don't know, this is an anime. And this episode in specific made me cry my eyes out. Like, it was so sad. It had so many emotions. It completely broke me. Like, I still haven't finished the anime because I don't feel emotionally ready to start watching the next episodes, because this one stuck with me in such a way that I don't feel ready to watch whatever comes next. This is the first anime that I have ever watched, and I honestly loved the story and the concept, And the main character, I really love Violet. It's such a well-written story. I really loved it, you know? But I don't think I will watch any other animes anytime soon. Because normally when I put a movie or a TV series on, I watch it while I'm drawing. And I don't really like to be all focused, like all my attention focused on wherever's playing on my computer. I don't. That's why I watch a lot of Minecraft Let's Plays, because those don't require my full attention. Since I don't know the Japanese language, probably won't be watching any animes. And this is all I have to say for today's video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, ring the bell if you want more videos like this. You can follow me on any social media you like, and if you want to commission, the link is on my link tree. Have a nice weekend and don't forget to eat your vegetables.